Hello, my name is Nico Steves. Welcome to this mini-series on the Virgin Mary and the Lenten season. But before this, for those of you just subscribing to these podcasts, here is a bit of background about my book, The Very Fine Light. The Very Fine Light is a contemporary novel with Christian themes about a village on the verge of bankruptcy, the mayor with a secret, and Randy, a fun-loving co-worker who's always in trouble for telling it like it is. The Very Fine Light can be found using the title The Very Fine Light on Amazon.com. In this third installment of a mini-series on Easter time and the Lenten season, we find ourselves continuing in the process of doing without something or some activities we generally enjoy as part of our daily lives. And yet at the same time, we are endeavoring to spend more time in prayer, abstaining, fasting, as well as getting involved in acts of giving. These sorts of actions may not be popular among your school friends or your work friends, and the idea of Lent is not enviable to those who believe Easter is not to be more reverently celebrated than all the other Sunday services. After all, who wants to go without a piece of someone's birthday cake at work simply because you may have chosen to give up sweets or desserts for the 40 days before Easter Day? Or giving over a sunny springtime Saturday to volunteer on a work of charity because of a commitment to do something for others as part of Lent. The making of such choices as the days of Lent stretch on before Easter, and the solitude of honoring this season of Lent, very much isolates a person from the world around us. And by now, it is becoming a more significant part of your day. The conscious considerations should provide a greater meaning, especially when sometimes we waver from our long-term commitment to honoring our Lenten practices. And regardless of your level of success, the reality remains that there is a constant process of consideration and reflection that is daily taking place now deep within us. What is happening is a cementing into place of the need to look into ourselves and to look to Jesus in his last days on earth, as well as the selfless approach he practiced as a human. Additionally, this time of year is the Annunciation, when the honoring of a very young Virgin Mary for her selfless decision to house the Son of God when asked by the Archangel Gabriel to accept such a challenge. That time of year, the Annunciation, is upon us. Which makes me wonder how the experience of the Annunciation for the Virgin Mary may have continually come back into her mind as she witnessed the growing up of her son. Did it come back to the Madonna when he began his missionary work? Did she think of it often when she witnessed the great joy expressed as more and more people began to follow her son Jesus? Did she wonder about it as people continued to celebrate Jesus Christ, as on Palm Sunday? And did this knowledge she held allow her to recognize why Jesus lost favor so quickly through the actions of those men in power who became so jealous of the growing respect and faith the people were putting into her son? And also, did that remembrance come back to her after the resurrection? In our Lenten activities, in this time when we are working to come to terms with our own shortcomings, can we take the time to look to Jesus for strength and support and become more aware of his sacrifice? Can we recognize how Christ Jesus, in giving himself over, will help strengthen us in our times of need? Buoyed by this reality, can we recognize that life's challenges don't have to be faced alone, but rather are intertwined with his love? The more faith we put in God's hands will bring us closer to the resurrection of Christ Jesus on Easter. And so this process, when we sensitize ourselves by going without and by doing something more to help others, can bring us closer to the Holy Trinity and strengthen the future of our lives now and with God's graces in the beyond. And so, as we continue the abstaining, the fast, the prayers, and the giving of charity, though wearing on us, it is at the same time increasing our endurance and awareness that the light at the end of the tunnel is near. And in times of weakness, it helps to remember what Jesus went through for our sakes, and that He is with us at all times. For those of you who haven't heard about it before, my book, The Very Fine Light, is about Randy Sparks, a fun-loving village employee who was always in trouble for telling it like it is. My book, The Very Fine Light, is available on Amazon.com. Oh, one other thing. For those of you currently reading my book, please, when you finish it, do go to the book's Amazon.com page and rate it. I have a link at nicosteves.com that will get you to the page on Amazon. Till next week, I'm Nico Steves here. Please feel free to contact me at nicosteves.com. That's Nikos Steves, Steves.com. If you like this episode, and for more, share them with friends. Well, this is Nico Steves. Thank you. See you next time.